Chad Reynolds with BangShift.com, and we are here at Painless for a lesson in more wiring. And I have to say, Dennis, I am glad to be here because, you know, I've been a long-time Painless wiring fan. I've used your products in a million different cars.
Yep.
One of the things that you guys offer a ton of variety in is switch panels, and sometimes that can be confusing. Guys wondering which one they need. Give us a little rundown on a couple of them we have up on the board.
Well, we have a multitude of different kinds, as you well know, Chad. We have them for, you know, off-road, where the vehicle's going to get wet, like a mudder or a sand buggy or something like that. But these top ones here are mainly, we designed those for the drag racing industry.
Right.
This is our #1 seller here, and it's used mainly in the super gas, a lot of super street type cars, this type thing. This one has a few more switches in it, so if you have a street car and you need the lighting or whatever, it's there. But they're all fused and ready to go. We have a dragster panel that mounts as well, and it's also fused. And we also have all these panels that are unfused. So if you want to run a fused block for protection, you can do that as well.
Well, and these all will tie into any of your other wiring harnesses and any of your accessory fuse blocks and all of those things as well, correct?
Yes.
So you have expandability.
Yes.
And one thing with the, you know, your LS installation kits and your wiring harnesses for all of those, the late model EFI swaps, there are guys that are wanting to use these now in pro touring applications as well, not just drag cars.
Sure.
And so this one, with all the accessories for lights and such, is appropriate for those scenarios as well.
Absolutely, because you can use the ignition switch to turn the computer on and off, hit the starter button, bingo, you're ready to go.
Right. Now, you mentioned the waterproof stuff, and you know I'm kind of known for making a mess out of things. So you've got this one down here that's the waterproof off-road switch. Like you said, mud vehicles, sand cars, somebody that's going to go to the car wash afterwards and throw a quarter in and just hose everything down.
Maybe even a Jeep, you know, that type of thing. You've been out off-roading or rock climbing, and it's time to go get it cleaned up so you can drive it back to the house that evening or whatever. Bingo.
And this one has an interesting other feature about it, though. Besides being waterproof, this one has circuit breakers rather than fuses.
Correct. So if you're out in the middle of Kingdom Come, wherever it might be, you know, you have protection, but yet you don't have to worry about having a handful of fuses or whatever in case you get in that type of situation.
Well, and then this panel, the Pro Street or stock switch panel, obviously non-waterproof, but the traditional metal toggle switches, and a push button start as well.
Yep.
Now, this one, is this available also with a push button start rather than a key?
Yes, we make them both ways.
Okay, very good. Now,
waterproof or non-waterproof?
Is either one is available that way?
Yes.
Now, one thing too to know about all of yours is all of your terminals are brass.
That's correct.
No aluminum, no aluminum wiring, none of that.
It's all TXL wire, which is a lightweight cross-link wire that has a real high strand count, which carries the amperage that you need for all these different applications.
Yeah, because people may not know at home, but if you had 5 strands of wire that were large, they're only carrying current on the outside surface of that wire.
That is
so
correct.
If you have 100 little bitty wires, you have then more surface area to carry that current, which means that a given gauge of wire can have a higher amp rating than the same thing with less strands.
That's correct.
And in an automotive environment, we need them to also be extremely flexible. And these are not only flexible, but oil resistant, gas resistant,
heat
all
resistant,
of those things.
Everything, yes.
Now, all of your normal harnesses for muscle cars and those kinds of things are labeled. This is the horn wire, this is the whatever. These are not labeled wires,
not
correct?
Not normally, because in those type of applications where you have a car, there may be 150 to 250 different wires in that harness. Here we may only have 15 or 16, so we use a different color for every one, which also complies with all the requirements of NHRA and IHRA. So that's the reason we do it the way we do.
So no matter what, whether it's off-road, it's pro touring, it's drag race, whatever, if you're in need of a switch panel, you guys have one that'll fit their needs.
We've got it, yes.
And if somebody wants to find out where to get the information on which switch panel they need, where do they go?
Well, you need to call our tech line at 800-423-9696, or our catalog, even our instruction manuals are on our website at painlessperformance.com.
There you go. So if you need wiring, this is the place to go. It truly is painless. I'm telling you folks, I've used it a million times. This is the finest stuff out there, and you no longer will have to worry about burning your junk to the ground because you got a bunch of mishmash wiring in it. get a new harness from Painless.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you.